Hello and welcome to the DevForge Network Game Time series. This is going to be a guide on completing the Healing Artifact Challenge from the perspective of a Resto Druid. You can see here the talents that I use, the kind of the gear that I had. I wanted to make sure that I was using, talents that I would normally use in a raid or a Mythic Plus environment. It took me about 30 tries to do this, so don't get discouraged if you're having a hard time with Phase 1. So the first mob you're going to fight is this archer guy. Most dangerous ability is this ability that you see right here. When he leaps away and creates that arrow between you and him, you want to make sure and put one of your NPCs in between you and the archer, because if that thing hits you, it's going to end up pretty much taking away all of your mana. Just do be aware though that when he does hit one of your NPCs, it's going to cause lots of ticking damage like you see there. So I definitely like to keep all HOTS on Jared pretty much all the time, as I'm usually using him to tank those things. The next set of mobs that you're going to get is the archer again, and then one of these mages. Deal with the archer about the same way. You can see I marked Jared just so I can make sure that he's between the line of sight of me and the archer. And you can see the mage keeps casting this arcane blitz, and every time he casts it, he gets bigger and bigger, doing more and more damage each time. So you just want to interrupt him when he gets to 3 stacks, that way he goes back to normal. But that's pretty much the reason why I took Mighty Bash for this. Also, interrupting him procs my Sefus, which allows me to get some really quick HOTS rolling if I've been slacking. You can see my mana has gone down a good amount. I mean, I'm healing a lot here. This is a really heavy healing phase. Expect to use a lot of mana. You can see though that, Efflorescence is healing a ton. So that's just passive healing that I get. Germination and Rejuve are healing a lot. And you can see Life Bloom up there as well. Right, so he's down. You're going to get a soldier and a mage. The mage, deal with the exact same way. See how it keeps getting bigger? I'm going to go over there and stun him here in a second. Now what the soldier's doing is he's doing some pretty good AoE damage. I don't really care that Granny's not in my Efflorescence. But you can see that I turn into bear form once he fixates me. When he fixates you, he does a ton of damage. He's just going to wail on you. And what you want to do is take a good amount of that damage while you're in bear form for a few seconds, and then use Frenzied Rejuve. So remember, Frenzied Rejuve is going to heal you up 50% of the damage you took in the last 4 seconds. So that's a really easy way that you can tank that damage. And it costs you pretty much no mana at all. I mean, you could easily Vortex him and run away, or, Mass Root him and run away, but I found that just tanking it and using Frenzied Rejuve is really effective. You can see here, like, bam, bear form, Frenzied Rejuve, that heals me so much. Look how much Frenzied Rejuve is healing before. I'm at like 5.5 million, and that's going to go up to like 10 million. Here, I've got 2 of the Risen Soldiers. Look at them both fixating me. I just go into bear form and Frenzied Rejuve, and it's just soaking that damage right up. Don't even have to worry about it. And once they're not enraged anymore, you just go back to business as usual. They're gonna do, again, look at they're doing a good amount of raid-wide damage. I got some Dreamwalker procs there. I should throw an Efflorescence down. That's my bad that I haven't yet, but I'm sure I will in a second. Gotta get rid of this regrowth proc. And you can see, like, I'm constantly keeping my HOTS up. Even if there's not damage going out on that person, I'm anticipating that there is going to be raid-wide damage going out really soon, and I need to make sure and keep my HOTS rolling. Always paying attention to those. Make sure Rejuve and Germination are up on everyone at all times so that they get that benefit from wild growth. And you can see my mana's, it's getting down pretty low. I've got, one more group of ads to take care of. I think I have enough mana. A lot of times this right here is when I'll use a mana potion, get my mana back up if I'm really low. Right, so this part is pretty tricky. There's a lot of damage going out, and it's easy to miss this archer that just blinked away from me right there. That's why I put a star on a Jared right there. You can see I'm fixated now. I'm about to go into bear form. Soak that right up, Frenzied Rejuve. Everybody has hots on them, so it's okay. Mage blinked again. I'm gonna let Jared soak it. And once the mage is down, it's just a matter of, making sure everybody's staying alive. At this point, the archer is the biggest threat right now. I've wiped so many times in this phase that archer because I just get focused on the massive amount of damage that's going out, and I miss the fact that he blinked away. So I found that's really easy to mark the archer and mark Jared so that it helps me like keep an eye on where everybody is at all times. It's especially easy to get lost in the combat. You can see like how tightly I was stacked with the rest of the mobs that it was easy to lose where Jared was. And so I'm like moving around like trying to find Jared, right? And then finally I just started marking them and then I never had a problem. And like I said, this is easily the hardest phase. Well, I'm not gonna say the hardest phase for Resto Druid, but it certainly is. The curve from here, it's like climbing a steep mountain for phase 1, and then all the way to phase 5 is just smooth sailing. Like once you learn how the mechanics work for the next 4 phases, they're so easy. They're trivial compared to this one anyway. Wait for the RP. Get some RPs going. These eyes look pretty cool, huh? Alright, so I do this in bear form. It's probably unnecessary, but it's fun for me. So I go into bear form right as he's about to die, so that I take the decreased amount of damage. My life bloom is about to go off. It was almost perfect, actually. I timed it so that right at the second one, my life bloom would go off, and I would instantly heal that up. Going into bear form, Frenzied Rejuve. You really have a lot of time in this phase. There's no point in really rushing. The very first time I did this, I came in cat form, swiped them all down, and died. So, definitely don't do that. You see that part? That part's pretty easy. You just, clever uses of your different spells. Here you can see I spec'd to Feral, because I could actually kill things. So, hop myself up. Should have thrown an efflorescence down, but I didn't bother. Once you get the bats down, there's really not much damage going out, and your life bloom will take care of, whatever damage they did do. I don't even think I bother healing myself again. Just gonna take this guy down. Right, so this next part, you're gonna see these floating orbs. What you want to do is just damage them with anything. I use Moonfire or Sunfire, and that will basically disable them. The first thing that you're going to want to do as soon as this door opens is dispel the guy that's running around. See, I dispelled him super quick right there. Otherwise, what's going to happen is while he's running around all over the place, if he touches you, he's going to fear you, which is probably going to cause you to wipe because you won't be able to heal these guys quick enough. Right, so this part, you've got 3 mobs that are not on your raid frames. So if you're using raid frames, you're going to need to do what I did and have your target on a raid frame so that you can target the mob and then, use your clicks on your raid frame to actually heal them up. It's a little tedious, but that's just how you have to do it. It's not so bad once you get used to it. So these 3 mobs, you have to heal them all up before they die. So what you're going to see is me cast Rejuvenation and Germination on all 3 of them. And then Wild Growth. Really, this is kind of sloppy. What I normally do is put Efflorescence down first. I put it down way too late here, which is why it took me so long to heal all of these guys up. I even had to use a second Wild Growth. And then this is one of those archers. You just gotta kill her. I bash her right there. And this is really nasty. This is the main thing. She popped up right next to one of the other ads. It was difficult for me to line of sight her. She works the exact same way as she does in the first phase. You can use those ads to line of sight her. So coming up here, you just got a bunch of those orbs. Just sunfire them as you run up. You are under some time constraint, because if you take too long between phase 2 and this next room, you'll end up losing. So do run with some kind of speed. Sometimes through here I take bear form, because there's a lot of personal damage going out right here. It's kind of hectic. You just kind of gotta kill the eye, make sure it doesn't kill you. I did bear form there, but I'm not bear affinity, so I don't have Frenzied Rejuve. But I am bear forming to kind of mitigate the damage when those eyes explode, because they do a good amount of damage. Once you get the eyes down, you just want to DPS this Wraith guy. The Dread Corruptor. You want to kill him as soon as you can. Ooh, almost died there. That was pretty close. I've never lost to a timer in this room before. I don't know if it's possible. Maybe it is. But this is kind of the last room for the timer. And I don't even know where the timer is. Maybe it shows you and my UI is hiding it. But this is stage 4. This is like, catch your breath, look at your talents. I'm actually going to take Balance Affinity and Abundance for this part. And I don't take Abundance for the Healing Touch. You really shouldn't be, in my opinion, using Healing Touch almost ever. What I'm taking Abundance for is the increased regrowth crit chance. It's really nice in this next phase. I took the Balance Affinity because the ads that you have to heal up are kind of spread out. I don't know if it matters, but I felt like Wild Growth would have a better chance to leap to them if I used Balance Affinity. It seemed to work out for me. This next phase, though, is pretty rough. Basically what's going to happen is you're going to have this boss. He's going to summon 3 ads from the crowd here. And these ads are going to move slowly towards the boss, and you have to heal them to full before they reach the boss. If they reach the boss, they will turn into an ad in a later phase that you have to fight. And so the more that you fail to heal, the more that you're going to have to fight later. And if you have 5 or 6 to fight, it's pretty difficult. They're all just like the phase 1 ads. So imagine having to fight 5 or 6 of those at the same time. You know, having 2 or 3 archers up, in addition to a mage and a couple of the soldier guys. Like, it's rough. So you really want to try to heal as many of them as you can. Alright, so here they come. I'm gonna pop EOG first, and then start regrowthing and wild growthing. That's to give all of my HOTS as much chance as possible to just roll as fast as they can. And you can see I get 2, so okay, I'm doing okay. The next one I really want to try and get 3. I'm going to pop Trank on the second phase and try to hit all 3 of them right after a regrowth. I'm going to cast Regrowth, Wild Growth, Trank. And hopefully I can hit all 3 of these guys. And bam, got 3. The next one, I'm going to try as hard as I can to do 3 as well. I think I actually get 3 on this try, but I'm going to yeah, Efflorescence is going to go down there. I get my Regrowth, Wild Growth, Flourish the Wild Growth, and then Regrowth this guy. And I get him just like right before there. Top everybody off. Right here you can drink, so I'm gonna drink right here, get all my mana back, so I can get ready for this next phase. You can see, I think I have 1 ad up there. I think it's just 1, maybe it's 2. But I can also change my talents, so I'm gonna put my talents back. Take that Guardian Affinity. I guess I don't need it. Normally I would take Guardian Affinity if there's multiple adds, if there's 2 or 3. Just so I can keep myself alive. There's only one ad here. Obviously don't need it. This boss is pretty rough. He works almost like Nightbane. You're gonna need your graphics settings turned up enough to where you can see this pool on the ground. But what that pool does is it ticks your life down, just like in Nightbane. And then when this bomb goes off, it's gonna do damage equal to your life to everybody around you. So you just want to make sure that keep everybody to full, keep everybody's life to full. When you get this glowing orb over your head, that means you've got a bomb on you. Watch the timer. When it goes off, you need to make sure that your health is low enough to where it doesn't kill the rest of your group. And that's it. And you just keep hopping around in this circle. That's all you gotta do. Do damage to the boss as much as you can. Keep Sunfire, keep up Moonfire. But he's gonna jump on you, just move to the side. Try to, make as good a use as you can of this arena. Just keep, stay right at the edge of the fire. Move to the side. Ooh, I almost died there. That was, oh man, that was close. This is intense. This is a really, really intense part. It's intense for me to watch it right now. Getting close to the wire here. And, this room is going to fill up. This room, I was at the very, very, very end right here. You can see here, I'm trying to make as much use of this room as I can of the available space. And I'm pretty much just wrathing as much as I can. Get everybody up. I moved preemptively. I thought that was him jumping on me. You can tell I'm probably freaking out at this point. Look at that. Look at that tiny little area. That tiny area I'm standing on. And he's gonna die right here. Just as he jumps on me. Bear form. I did that bear form at the end. Oh, that's awesome. And that's the whole challenge. I was pretty much jumping up in my chair after I completed it. I was very, very excited. It's fun. It's fun. It was really cool to have to use all of your available tools to you as a druid in general to be able to complete this. It's more of like a spec challenge than just a raw healing challenge. So I really enjoyed it. Feel free to leave questions or comments on this video. I really hope that this helps somebody. There was no guide when I actually completed this. It would have been really nice to see all these things beforehand. I'm sure there's multiple guides out by now. But that's it for the healing challenge. Don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching.